What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
We have
Dangerous times, don't fly too high.
saw a little bit of their
Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and keep the sky on your mind.
As always, everything we discuss is for entertainment and is speculation. Please like and subscribe, and definitely join our discussion in the comments. If you're ready, let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Typically Unique. You caught me adjusting my microphone. I hope everybody's having a great day, that you had a good morning so far. Good morning, Offie, Trans Offie. I heard Dago yelling at you for changing your name. You do you. You do you. As long as you let us know who you are. Hi, bro. How is everybody today? My plan for today is to dig some more through these forensic documents because Carlos keeps questioning me about the DNA results. So I got to get those answers. Yeah, we love you too. We love you too. And I have figured out, probably after like the 10th time of scrolling through those 2,500 and some pages, that there is a format that is starting to make sense about these forensic documents. So if you've been trying to find things in there, where's my notes? Because I wrote it down. They go like, there's an evidence submission receipt, and then they'll do like a cover page type thing, and then the actual report, and then all the photos, and then the data, and then it just repeats like this. I forget what the name of it is, but it'll be a page with like a table, and then the actual report. And there are 44, I think, reports. And I just started scrolling last night and just started look at my chicken scratch. I just started writing down, okay, report 1 is this page to this page, and report 2 is this page to this page. And I started printing them out, but I was also fighting with my printer yesterday. I don't know what it is about me, but I took Carlos's old hand-me-down air printer, that's supposed to print over Wi-Fi, and it worked for a while, and then it stopped working. So I'm like, okay, it's old. Get another one. Get a brand new one. Worked for a while. I cannot get it to work again. I am so I just like hardwired it, plugged it into my. And I finally, but I struggled with that for 3 hours yesterday. It's so frustrating when that happens. Those are like the behind the scene things that creators go through. You're like 3 hours wasted trying to get something to print. Oh my gosh. Am I going to post copies? Yeah, I can link them. I've been sharing things, so yep. I want to type this up into kind of like a table of contents, and then maybe like I can link it, right? I was in a live yesterday when the printer thing was happening, and I was like, I'm gonna scream. I can't figure out what's going on. I mean, oh, it was crazy. Did you guys notice? What do you notice? I am brace free. Finally. Hi, Jim. Hi, James Moen. You left DNA on the like button. Thank you. Thank you. So, I have been wearing this brace on my hand, on this hand, since I hurt my hand in August. Oh, thank you. My nails. um, and so August, wear this brace 24 hours a day, only take it off to shower. And I felt like my hand was getting better, and it was like my wrist and my thumb. So if you're supposed to be able to go like this, like take your thumb and go like that, that's the test for de Quervain veins. And that's what they were saying I have. And this thumb, I could like barely like go like that. Like I could barely bend it. So now I'm at like, I can almost do it. But I had MRIs done and went to all kinds of specialists. And, I was at the point where they're like, well, we can give you that shot. And I'm like, I am a firm believer. I heard a doctor say this once, and I've stuck with this saying: the treatment should not be worse than your condition, right? If you're at the doctor because something hurts or you're sick, like the treatment shouldn't hurt worse. I'm a firm believer in that. And the doctor was like, well, we can give you this super painful shot. And I was avoiding it. So Carlos was like, well, why don't you just try to take your brace off, let your hand, because my hand was like, I was getting calluses and it was deformed from the brace. Oh my God, it was awful. And so I took it off, and I've been letting it just, being very careful with it, and it's getting better. So I'm like, yes. Yes. I've also been trying to take a lot of anti-inflammatory stuff. So I think that helps too. And icing it. I never iced it. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible patient. So I'm just happy that right now I'm able to use it a little bit more. Too much thumb wrestling. Oh, you don't even want to know what I did to it. Oh my God, it was disgusting. I went to sit down. I think it was on my front steps, probably during one of my walk and talks. And I went to sit down, and my momentum took over, and I didn't have anything to brace myself. And I put my hand back, and my thumb just went like straight back. Like, oh my God, it was disgusting. Hi, Brooke. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Hi, Christina. Did I miss anybody? The last 24 on the mic. I love that name. That's a good name. What else is going on? My house is a disaster. I'm going to get into the Idaho docs in a second. Just wanted to chit chat for a minute. I brought up Christmas decorations from the basement yesterday, and I go in phases. Like lugging is phase 1. So I like lug it all up and like plop it in the living room and the kitchen. And so now there's boxes everywhere and crazy mess. Phase 2 will be like setting up. Plus I took down all my fall decorations. You got to take down and put away and then get new stuff out. Okay, I went out over the forensic documents, the format of them. If you were in Dago's live last night, did you guys catch the new case he was talking about? James, you're going to come do my housework? Bet. You guys, this is a funny story. We used Angie's List to hire a couple house cleaners. I'm pretty sure. I told Carlos, I'm like, I mean, I don't like to judge people. And one of them did a fabulous job. And I actually really, really liked him. But they were guys, they were big guys. And let's just say I had some questions about maybe what their past may have been like. And I'm like, we can't use people like that in our house. my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. All right. So Dago shared last night about Brianna Aguilera. I'm gonna think of Christina every time I say her name, right? Hold on, I'm changing a setting that I have over here. Okay. So this is the girl from Texas that they are claiming jumped to her death from like 17 stories high in an apartment building. What am I trying to do here? And so her mom is saying, no way, no way. She didn't do that to herself. Um, and the cops, I cannot believe the cops are going to say she did this to herself and there's nothing suspicious about this death. So I'm just going to, I just want to play a little clip of the overview of the case because I am going to start following this one. And then I'll get into the DNA docs, and then I'm going to end with some more about Brianna. But I'm just dumbfounded by that because you guys know about Ellen Bloomberg. Is it? Wait, Greenberg. Ellen Greenberg. She was in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. She's the one, there's a show on Netflix about her, like what happened in apartment 306 or 603 or something like that. And the cops did the same thing in her case. They were like, and so get this, she was found, this is Ellen Greenberg in Pennsylvania. She was found in her kitchen, stabbed, the knife still sticking out of her, and the apartment was locked from the inside. And her boyfriend was on the outside and supposedly busted in, and his 911 call is so fake. And they're saying she did it to herself. Like she had stabs on her back, stabs on the back of her head, you know, no way. No way she did that to herself. And the cops immediately ruled it a suicide. They turned over the apartment to the apartment owner. They cleaned it. They had professional homicide cleaning crews come in and clean the whole scene. So they lost all the evidence, and huge mistake. That battle's still going on. Her parents hired like private investigator, big attorney, actually a big name attorney knew about the case, and the dad called him, and the attorney knew right away, like, oh, you're calling about that, I'm in, I got you. And so that's another one that's really interesting. And that case is a nationally known case. So here you are in Texas with another situation that they're like, oh, it's a suicide right off the gate. Nothing to see here. And they're not learning from the Ellen Greenberg case. Like, come on. It is a regular thing now, right, Brooke? Right? Oh, and Brooke, you're making me think how I was just listening to Lana before I went live. And, I think we all suspect that with the Koberger case, the holdup with all of we haven't had a release of documents in a long, long, long time. So why do you think that is? It's probably the cell information, right? Um, and that's what she was talking about. And it just got me thinking, what if that cell information shows he wasn't there and it becomes public? Because it could be showing that all along, but we don't know that, right? What does that say then about the DNA? Because I'm talking about the DNA today. So if you've got big information in the case that shows he wasn't there, but then you've got DNA that says he was in the house, now what? Now what do we do? So that'll be interesting if that ever comes out. All right, let me see. Is this Okay, I think this is just like an overview of the case. So let's watch this real quick just because really caught my interest last night. And I guess this girl in Texas, this event happened on Saturday. So we're approaching a week. So you guys know I was like, we need to run to like social media and start saving all these news clips. Like I've been saving them like crazy because we know things disappear, right? Fool us once, but you're not going to fool us twice.
The night full of fun and excitement turning into tragedy when a Laredo woman attending the UT-A&M game died. Now police and the family of the student trying to figure out exactly what happened.
News 4 San Antonio's Destiny Fuller joins us now with the details. Destiny. Mandy, Jonathan, 19-year-old Brianna Aguilera was in Austin Friday for the big face-off between UT and A&M. And by Saturday morning, police found her dead, and her family is looking for answers about what happened in between.
And I was in disbelief. I yelled, I shouted, I told the officer that it wasn't true.
Stephanie Rodriguez describing the soul-crushing moments after finding out her 19-year-old daughter, Brianna Aguilera, was found dead.
It was just devastation to the max.
Rodriguez said she spent the night looking for Brianna after not hearing from her on a trip to Austin for a Texas A&M football game.
I just want them to stop saying that they're not treating this as a homicide case. Someone did something to my daughter.
Rodriguez says Austin police told her Brianna was at a tailgate party where she says underage people were served alcohol. She says she was told Brianna was intoxicated and kicked out of that tailgate. We're told she ended up at a friend's apartment. Police say she was found unresponsive around 1 a.m. outside of the building. Investigators telling Rodriguez they believe that Brianna fell from the 17th floor.
She would not jump off a 17-story building. She wouldn't.
Sorry, I was muted. So I was saying, look at that building, how high up it is, and look at the railing. I mean, it looks like it would come up to my waist. So definitely not like, oh, I slipped and fell off. That would take climbing up and over if it was intentional, and it would entail someone picking you up and throwing you off. I'm curious to see what her actual injuries are going to be, because maybe it's just a story about jumping off the balcony. Maybe it happened somewhere else, and they placed her body in a place that is going to make it look like she jumped, because when Dago was talking about it last night, I think he was saying that it was like far away from the building, not straight down. So I would need like the experts to be like, is that possible? Is it possible where her body was to come from up there? So lots of things to dig into with this case. So I just wanted to give we'll finish this as a sneak peek.
She was afraid of heights, and the measurements don't add up. So I need someone to take accountability.
A GoFundMe describes the United High School graduate as a seasoned cheerleader with dreams of becoming a lawyer. Her family says she was 1 year away from one of A&M's oldest traditions, earning her Aggie ring.
My daughter was not suicidal. She loved life. She loved life. She loved to live.
And Austin police say they're not investigating this as a homicide, adding their belief this could have been accidental. Brianna's mother says her daughter has so much she was looking forward to, and she won't stop until she has answers for her death. Destiny Fuller, News 4, San Antonio.
I hear a girl saying, "Get the f off me."
I'm probably muted. We're going to watch, this guy is one of the witnesses, but I'm going to watch that later. All right. Let me see your comments here. I know I was muted. Someone said they counted the floors. Was that you, Ro? Like you only saw 13? That's interesting. I'm going to go back and look at that. See, I just have a feeling that there's going to be a lot to look into with that case. Oh, and I did get some breaking news about it today that there's a high-powered attorney in Texas that has agreed to represent and work with the family. Busby, I think is his name, but I don't know, something like that. That's another video I have saved to show you. Yeah, horrible. What an awesome girl she seemed like. Go getter, high achiever. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so was it Monday that I was on or Tuesday? I had read document 30 or 32 from the ISP report, and it was talking about Talbot's walkthrough of the house. Carlos and I did a discussion video, and he wants to know, because I kept saying there's 3 other male suspects that had blood in the house, and I got to prove that to him. So we are going to the docks and we're looking for that proof. We are looking for that proof. So let me wait a minute. We're going to look at the forensic documents, and I'm looking at the reports. What do these reports actually say? All right. So what page am I on? Oh, I'm way down at the bottom. The bottom of the forensic reports is their correspondence with each other. That's pretty interesting to read through also. All right, let me find my notes. So I said to look at, we're going to look at report 13, and it's on page 705. So let me get to page 700. Oops. No, that's the other thing. You can't even scroll good because you jump. Like if you're within 100 pages, you better just scroll. All right, here we are. 7:05. Let me get back over here and make sure you can see and hear me. All right, thank God I wasn't muted. I am having a good morning. Hello, Sleuthy. I hope you are too. Just reading your comments. All right, here we go. Nope, wrong one. There we go. I'm going to make it bigger. Yep. All right, this is forensic report number 13. And the evidence that this is discussing is 1.5 swabs of inside surface on the blade portion of the knife sheath. So inside the sheath where the blade would touch. Item 23, the swab from above stairwell. I'm interested in that too. Swab from upper floor banister. Very interested in that. Face mark, hand marks, finger marks on the window. Stain on the bottom handrail. That's the big one. That I heard about. So floor 1 going up to floor 2, there is a stain on the handrail. And also the edge of the half wall. I told Carlos last night, I said, hey, when I read that ISP report of Talbot walking through the house, Talbot described it as that half wall had several drops of blood and it was running. So Carlos's point has always been that, oh, it could be like old trace evidence of blood from someone in the house from long ago. And if it's mixed with the victims, maybe, the victim's blood got put there that night on top of this old blood sample. But now that it's described as fresh, running blood, I'm like, I don't think that's old, honey. I don't think that's old. So this report is going to address that. Awesome, awesome. There's DNA extracts from several items. South entry hallway at blank apartment 1. Oh, okay. I wanted to ask you guys, in one of the reports, I don't know it off the top of my head. I need to make a note of this. Let me make a note. In one of the reports, it says that there was a secondary crime scene at 1127 King Road. Do you guys know who lives at 1127 King, King Street, King Road? Do you guys know who that is? And I can't remember off the top of my head who that was. Made myself a note of that. Swabs from the scene. And then the glove. All right. Glove, swabs. All right, let's see what they say. Okay, of course, it's all redacted, are not the source of the unknown male A DNA profile obtained from 1.1. Okay, so they ruled out a whole bunch of people, and man, wouldn't it be nice to see who was ruled out? The DNA profile previously obtained from item 1.4 indicates a mixture of DNA with a major profile, assuming 2 persons. Again, we can't see who's excluded as being contributors to this DNA mixture. If you're worried about social media sleuths talking about people, a good way to get us off their back is to let us know they're excluded, right? Let us know they're excluded, and then, hey, not gonna think you're suspicious anymore. I'm going to go back to Carlos and be like, I can't tell you anything because everything's redacted. The DNA profile previously obtained from 6.1 indicates a mixture of DNA. And these people are excluded. All right, I'm going to scroll till I can get to, these are all saying the same thing. So these are inconclusive. And I liked Audrey's video she did on the DNA, or Glitch DNA Labs is her channel, because she described how they had issues with the testing they were doing on Q1.1, I believe it was, and having to they took the DNA sample, they squirted it onto their little glass thing. They didn't get good results, or something happened. So then they went back and they took another, I'm calling it a squirt from the pipette, and put it back on. And I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was a good process. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't have my computer plugged in. I'll be right back. I got to grab my charger. Thank goodness my computer warns me. So smart, Christina. So smart. She does such a good job. Woo, that was a close one. Could have lost the whole live, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. So here's some that's not redacted. The DNA profile obtained from item 23 indicates a mixture of DNA with a major profile. All right, what's 23? Let me look. 23, it must be the third floor stairwell. And Talbot was talking about in his report when he was walking through, he was in the kitchen and like the smudges of blood on the wall were like on one side. And then as he went upstairs, they changed over to the other side. So this must be one of those blood marks that he saw. So it's a mixture DNA with a major profile, which matches that previously obtained from the known reference sample of Kaylee. So Kaylee's blood is on the third floor stairwell. Item 14, report number 4. Assuming a 2-person mixture. So that one is Kaylee and an unrelated randomly. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so it's just Kaylee. Kaylee's the major contributor, and then Madison is the minor. Ethan, Xana, and then all these other people are excluded. It doesn't say Brian is included. How many people are they saying? So they're just assuming it's a 2-person mix. Oh no, it says 3 individuals. Wait, am I looking at the right thing? Oh my God, what did I do? Okay, there. All right, we'll go back to that. So the stairwell is just Kaylee and Maddie because it says 2-person mixture. Okay, right there. 2-person mixture. So I'm going to keep track of these. Page numbers and everything. Here we go. All right. Page 707. Third floor. Hallway, I think it said. Or stairway. It's Kaylee and Maddie. All right. There was something interesting above this. So there's a 3-person mixture up here. 13.1. Item 13.1. Still page 707. 13.1 indicates a mixture of DNA assumed to be from 3 individuals. And we don't get to see. So inconclusive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that they tested. Inconclusive. It's not the victims because we would get to see their names. Does not say it's Brian Koberger's. So we don't know. 13.1. Okay. Item 13.1 is. It's not listed on here. Why are they talking about it on this document if it's not listed on here? Can they make it any harder, you guys? All right. Lucky for me, I have a list. Let me find it. I'll show you what I'm doing. I will show you what I'm doing. So 13.1, anybody think they know what that is? Oh, wait a minute. Share this tab instead. I'll show you my drive. So I made a folder for DNA. I don't know if it's in here. No. It's in my ISP docs, I think. Nope. Oh, that's frustrating because I saved just the list of documents or the items, the item numbers. Let me see. Nope. All right. We'll make this easy because I got page numbers now, so I can go right back. At the beginning of this document, they do have a list of all the items. So right here. $13.1. They just took a swab. So it starts off with what kind of evidence they took from each item. All right, now here's the items. 13, left hand nail clippings. Oh, that's interesting. From who? From who? So that says item 13, but not 13.1. I'm telling you, they don't make this easy. Okay. Document 13. I have the page numbers. We can. Oh, wait, it's not document 13. All right. I might have to come back to that one. I should make a table of contents of the pages that have no information on them because they're just redacted. This is crazy. All right, that's the chain of custody. All right, I'm going to go back to 17. I mean, page 707. But I just want to point out to you guys that, okay, so this is, let me find it. Whatever report number this is, they're not listing, like they're leaving out some of the items. Like, why? Quit doing suspicious stuff. I'll show you. Look. 1.1, 1.1, 23, 24, 29.1, 29.2, 29.3. There's no 13.1 listed. But then they talk about it right here. Oh, report 7. Report 7. All right, now I can find a page number for that. This is like you know, those choose your own adventure books. Like, if you would like to see more information on 13.1, go to page let me see. I have page 7 printed out. I mean, report 7. Sorry. I have report 7 printed out. So let me find it. Um, report number 7. That's what we're looking for. I think I'm too far. I hope you guys are having good discussion in the chat, and thanks for hanging out with me while I do this. This is ridiculous. 183. Okay, it's going to be past this. All right, there's report 1. Let's get to 7. I know I wrote these down. Where's the front of that? Oh, here they are. Okay. Wait a minute. Chain of custody. Report 1, report 2, 3, 4. I didn't do as good of taking notes as I thought I did last night. Am I past? Where's my mouse? What page? Maybe around here. Looking for report 7. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. I'm going to take all this time and then it's going to be something useless. All these charts, whoa, that are just redacted. This is all I did last night, was scroll and write down numbers, and I still don't have everything I need. Do I have it over here? No. I grabbed everything this morning. Let me see. I'm frustrating myself. I'm sorry, you guys. Report 1, report 4, and then I skipped to 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. Nope. All right, this is too much space between reports. Here we go. What's this? Oh, see, yeah, I'm way too far down. What is this? All right, this is report 11 and it's 6:50. I have that one printed out. 11 is 6:59. In case we need that later. I'll show you guys the format of this, the way they do it. So, all right, here it is. Okay. So they will have this page here is a forensic examination review checklist. That's what it was, checklist. So every report starts with a checklist, and then they'll have the actual report, and this is report 7. And 13.1 is Maddie's left fingernail clippings. All right, 13.1, Maddie's fingernail clippings. I'm going to mark this page. Whoops, can I make it bigger? There we go. I put triangles on important pages. All right, what does this page say about 13.1? Right here. Kaylee Gonsalves is a potential contributor. And this is a 3-person mixture. Under Maddie's fingernails. So under her nails is Maddie, Kaylee, and someone else. Be seen if the result were a mixture of. Okay. So they've got 1, 2. We get to see. So they tested Ethan, they tested Xana, and they were inconclusive. And then 3 other people. And they don't have any more of Maddie's fingernail DNA. They consumed them all. Oh, no, wait. They still have some extracted DNA. They do still have some. Okay. That's good. All right, I'm just jotting this down. Sorry, guys. Kaylee, Maddie, unknown. DNA still left. All right. Back to the page we were on. Whoops. 707. I'm going to start typing in the number. Does this let me? No, it just lets me go like this. Easier. There we go. Boom. We're back. Coming over to chat for a minute. What are you guys talking about over here? Ty Tomboy, you're driving. Be careful. Lucy, beep, beep. Jeff H, hello. I will tell Carlos hi. Oh my gosh, you guys. Carlos sent me a picture because he's at work. He bought this like certain type of a popcorn brand that's already popped in a bag. And he sent me a picture because he opened it up and the whole bag was air and there was like 5 popcorn pieces in the bottom of the bag, brand new. I said, save that and bring it home. I need to see that. Oh my gosh. And he had bought like a bunch of them. So he said he thought it was just a, random mistake, probably. But oh my gosh, funny. You should make all the items and the results into a PDF. Yeah, without the extra crazy stuff in between. Yeah. Yep. Good idea. I started doing that too. I started screenshotting them so I could just put them into something. Yeah, good idea. Thank God Carlos had backups because he'd probably get hangry if he didn't have his little snack. All right. So I'm still looking for the sheath information. This is talking about 31.1, which is okay, the half wall, 31.1. And this is Maddie's nails. Half wall. Still on page 707. Nope, 708. Sorry. All right, the half wall is a mixture, major profile that matches Ethan Chapin. So if there's two people, it is Ethan. Due to low-level results and limited data, no conclusions can be made regarding the minor contributor. I call BS on this. This is the stuff that, I don't know. It's just awfully convenient that when it comes to identifying people in these reports that aren't the victims and aren't Brian Koberger, they're all inconclusive or the data's not good enough or, all of those mistakes. So I'm going to make note of this. The half wall is item 31.1 and it's Ethan and an unknown. Carlos will say, well, it could be one of the other roommates, the other victims. I wonder if Audrey explains this sentence. Listen to this sentence. What does this mean? Okay. It's however many times more likely to be seen if it were the result of a mixture of DNA from Ethan and an unrelated randomly selected individual. Oh, they're just saying it's more likely it's Ethan than some unknown person. So instead of two random people, it's Ethan and a random person. That's how I'm interpreting that. No conclusions can be made regarding the minor contributor, an unknown minor. Convenient. All right. All right, 37.1 and 37.2. This is unknown male C. What's 37.1 and 37.2? South entry hallway at this apartment. Oh, Lucy, if you're still in here, who lives at 1127 King Road? And where is this, Lucy? Where is this blank apartment 1? Because I was just reading a document, and of course, I don't know where I wrote it down at. Oh wait, no. My notes are just like on pieces of paper all over my house. I need to organize them. I'm horrible at that. But I was reading a report and it was talking about another scene at 1127. Let me see if I wrote it down here. Let me see. All right, let me see if you answered me. Sorry. Yeah, is Meg okay? She's probably, I mean, it's Christmas time and she's got kids, right? She's probably got tons of stuff to do. Tomboy, no texting and driving. Turn that chat off. Turn that chat off. I know, Lucy. Same. I'm sorry about the scrolling. 1127 is the house where the officers did the noise complaint seen on body cams. But I need give me more information or more details, Jeff. Like who's, oh, you think Jack D? Well, I think the cops did something there more than a noise complaint. Let me look. I'm on page. How did I go backwards? Oh, yeah. 708. I'm going to 669. Okay. Look at that, Lucy. I'm trying to like get right to something. Nope, this isn't it. I don't think. Why did I say to read 669? Okay, this is, oh, Liz Q capture notes. What's Liz Q, you guys? Liz Q capture notes. Floor 1 vacant room. In the floor 1 empty room, they did this at the center of the room between the bed and the white stoop. Oh, what? Stove? Stool. White stool. Sorry. I can read first grade handwriting, so eventually I'll make it out. So center of the room between the bed and the white stool, they did a Liz Q1. Floor 1 entry. Against the base of the stairs and the center of the entry area. Floor 1 bedroom, center of the room, corner of the bed, between the bed, TV stand and door. Okay, so this is Bethany's room. So they did something in Bethany's room. What? I don't know. I'm asking who lived at 1127 because there is a report that they were calling it like a secondary crime scene or something. What am I calling it? What is Liz Q? I'm going to look it up. Google. Oh, you guys, look at this too. I went to Chat GPT and I was asking for like the numbers of the ISP forensic reports, and it gave me a few of them, but it wouldn't give me all of them. And it didn't tell me the page numbers, but it said like lab report 4 is about this. Lab report 7 is about this. I thought that was cool. Okay, what's Liz Q? Whoops. Yeah, Liz Q. Uh Police testing. It doesn't even come up. What is it? I'm spelling it right. What does it say here? LIZQ. What's Liz Q? Who's in here? Diane. Hi, Diane Draper. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a great day. I don't know. Liz Q. Maybe I think it has something to do with DNA testing or scanning or something. DNA. They keep calling it Liz A. Oh, here we go. A qPCR based tool for assessing DNA quantity and quality before next generation sequencing. The system uses 2 qPCR assays to analyze 20 genomic loci, generating 100 and 200 BP amplicons. I'm talking like scientific jargon I don't understand. This product is for research purposes and not for diagnosing or treating disease. Okay, so Liz Q, according to AI, is Keogens. I'm putting this in the chat for you guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys know about this? Do you know about that, Jeff? I'm going to keep reading this. This is interesting because they did this on the first floor. Like, how do they do it? Is this pictures? Is this kits? Let's look at the kits. Oh, can you guys see what I'm sharing? You can't see what I'm sharing. Now you can. You guys have to witness what I'm doing. No, I don't. All right. So you swab product details. So it's for discovery, and it's a cost-effective way to determine the optimum conditions. Oh, here we go. Procedure. All right, so they collect the DNA, biological samples, and then they mix them with this mix that's in this kit. They turn it into arrays. And then they do their testing, I guess. All right. All right. So let's see what this is saying. So Liz Q capture notes. Empty room, Bethany's room, floor 1 bedroom. So the corner of her bed, between the bed, the TV stand, and the door. The bathroom between the tub and the entry wall. Okay, floor 2, the top of the stairs in the living room. Floor 2, between the table and the stairway across the room, second floor stairway. Outside the doorway of the west bedroom and bathroom, so between Xana's room and the bathroom. Xana's bedroom by the closet. Xana's bedroom corner by the bed. Bottom of the south stairway. So that's assuming going upstairs. This is Dylan's room. Dylan's room, east bedroom, southwest corner by the bed. But they're not giving these item numbers. I don't think. East bedroom, northeast corner near the nightstand. So this is still Dylan's room. The center of the kitchen. Okay, floor 2 kitchen, center of the kitchen. This is what I was talking about. I mentioned this in a chat the other day because in the middle of the kitchen floor, in every body cam, every photo, like there's that white piece of paper on the floor, and I don't see any blood stains on the floor. So I'm wondering what's under that piece, because this says the center of the kitchen. It doesn't say over by the slider. The slider is not the center of the kitchen, because that's what people were trying to tell me. Oh, it's blood by the slider. No, this says the center of the kitchen, floor 2. So they took DNA from the center of the kitchen floor. The staircase landing going upstairs to Maddie and Kaylee's room. The landing on the staircase between floors 2 and 3. To me, that would be floor 2. Oh, no, I guess you do go. I think you go up a set of stairs and there's a landing, right? And then you continue up to more stairs after you turn. Yeah. Okay. Floor 3 landing. So they did the frame of Maddie's room, closet. Wait, who's the east bedroom upstairs? Kaylee? Let me see if I can figure this out. Balcony. Okay. West bedroom, corner of bed near balcony door. So the west bedroom is Kaylee. So in Kaylee's bedroom, where there weren't any victims, they did this Liz Q corner of her bed near the balcony door. Huh. West bedroom between the bed and the dresser. This is Kaylee's bedroom between her bed and the dresser. And then in Maddie's room, that would be the east bedroom. They did this near the closet, and they did this inside the door frame at the foot of the bed. Center of driveway. Remember, this has to do with DNA. Center of driveway. And then 5 of patio, backyard, something of patio. Look at this, you guys. Here's their notes. Booties worn while inside the scene. Oh, that's November 17th. Here's Talbot's briefing. The dog was on Kaylee's bed. The dog was on Kaylee's bed, and the sliding door gets left open for the dog. On November 17th, Talbot said dog was on Kaylee's bed, sliding door was left open for the dog. He also said he gave them information on the autopsy findings on November 17th. He also updated that the flash of light that was mentioned by a victim was a broken Sensi in the vacant room. Okay, well, how did it get broken? How did it get? No one was. So, you guys, no one was in the vacant room. And a Sensi is like, I'm imagining those like plugins that you plug into an outlet, and it's got a little decorative plastic. It's usually a plastic or ceramic holder, and then behind it would be a light bulb. So how does that get broke? They don't break by themselves. You can leave it on forever and they don't break. Yeah, exactly, Ro. I'm looking at your Lucy. That's not true. I see your comments. Are you being funny or you're the bomb, Lucy. You got all the information. I do want you to come up on do a live though. How come you won't come? Will you come up and talk sometime? I was thinking yesterday, I want to do like an all girls shows. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we go. Brian threw Xana to the floor and it shook the house so much that the Sensi fell out of the plug and broke. Here's another one, Jeff. Someone went into that room or there was a struggle in that room and they bumped up against the actual Sensi and knocked it out of the plug. Or they broke it. Maybe they broke it while it was still plugged in. Okay, Jeff, that is in. It's on page 671 in the ISP forensic documents, page 671. Now, remember, these are this page is Talbot's briefing notes. So this is what Talbot is saying. One victim mentioned, okay, I'll make it bigger for you guys. Can you see what I'm sharing? Nope. You can't see it. Hold on. How's that? There you go. It looks like that. A lot of their notes are on this like graph paper. November 17th, 22. Let me see what it says before. So you can see here. Nope, that's the end of that. Talbot updated briefing. It's almost like they're meeting at the house and then he's giving a briefing because it starts with booties worn while inside scene, November 17th. All right. Broke the tape seal at sliding door at 9:15 to make entry. Numerous items in the scene moved during detectives processing. Documented as found upon our arrival. Liz Q, WB, and JA. Okay, those are the names of the ISP detectives that did that. I still want to know. Okay, so Liz Q is like DNA sampling. Scene photography was TM, the location, the condition, and identification. The house faces north, 3 levels, residential neighborhood, light white. They're describing each floor, how many rooms are on each floor. Okay. Indoor staging area created on the first floor and the entry. So that's where they staged. So they got out all their tools and their supplies, and they were brought into that area. They had a designated trash area and designated trash blank that locations, area not involved, and no evidence in area. Okay, so they're saying the first floor at the entry area wasn't involved in the crime, so that's where they staged. Interesting, right? They didn't stage in the living room. They didn't stage in the kitchen. They staged on the first floor entry. And we see photos of that where they have that box at the bottom of the steps, and it just seems to have like tools and supplies in there. J.A. contacted Natasha Wheatley at Ada CSO regarding any footwear impressions from the scene. Natasha Wheatley at Ada County Sheriff's Office. Okay, so there's a name. Ada County Sheriff's Office's Natasha Wheatley is the one who knows about footwear impressions from the scene. Boy, I can read horrible handwriting. This one's hard. N is prepared to assist us with determining brand, model, and to do any comparisons in the case. Oh, that's her name. Natasha Wheatley is prepared to assist us with determining brand, model, and do any comparisons in the case. Email of image from second floor bedroom emailed to Nancy Wheatley, November 17th, 22 for preliminary information. From second floor bedroom. It doesn't say outside the bedroom. It says second floor bedroom. Oh, it could be Xana's room. Xana's room. Joe Lake entered the scene, wanted to do a walkthrough to work on victimology. All right. Jared Thompson joined them, walked through the scene with Detective Talbot, KH, and TM. What's 1458? It is 12/1 almost 3 p.m. They left the scene. They placed markers for all the stains that were swabbed by ISP detectives. And they re-photographed all the stains. I want those pictures because I think that's the Liz Q pictures, right? Number 47, not remarked as it was a small stain that was completely collected the floor of E bedroom? What's E bedroom? East bedroom? That's Dylan's. It doesn't say what floor, though, because the east bedroom of the second floor is Dylan's, and the east bedroom of the third floor is Maddie's. So they didn't remark. I haven't seen that one. Okay. I want to see photos of these blood markers. Have we seen those yet, you guys? Photos of the blood markers, blood stain markers? I thought we only saw photos of evidence items like the beer cans and the backpack and stuff like that with the numbered cards. I don't think they've released that. Let me see what you're saying. Yep, west is Kaylee and Xana. Right. So this said east. So it's either Maddie's room or Dylan's room, and they're talking about blood on the floor. No, but they exist, Lucy. They exist, according to this. So they went through and they took photos again of all the stains. Presumptive testing of stains done by KH. Okay. The second floor west bedroom, that's Xana's. Everything had been moved by detectives prior to our arrival. What? Something of contents. Bulk of contents had been moved out of the room into the second floor bathroom. They took almost everything out of Xana's room and put it in the bathroom. What date is this? This is still on the 17th. I think there's no new date. In order to place ruler tape on the wall, Detective Talbot assisted J.A. by moving the bed away from the wall. Care was taken to avoid disturbing bloodstains on the floor north of the bed. A ruler tape was placed by J.A. to document bloodstain patterns, extended down to the top of the baseboard. Initial photography by detectives checked in order to replace furniture as accurately as possible to document blood stains. Wait a minute. So they were replacing the furniture as accurately as possible to document blood stains. Furniture items, the bed, the nightstand, and the white shelf returned to their approximate location as found upon detectives' arrival. The trash can was later moved to under the desk. All evidence, swabs by WB. Zip tied? That's got to be zip tied inside biohazard bag. And then it says biology, not biohazard, biology bag. To remain in the scene overnight. So they left those swabs in a bag at the scene overnight. The back door was secured, so the door could not be opened. That's a sliding glass door. Officer to be posted at the scene all night. The front door was sealed by Talbot, and they cleared the scene at 4 hours. 8:32 p.m. 8:32 p.m. That's interesting. Hi, Krista. I hope someone could get their hands on that model and do a video. I bet it's just about a perfect recreation. Oh, you guys are talking about the dollhouse? Yeah, if you guys aren't following Krista, she talks about reality TV shows, and I love that. Go follow her. You guys are arguing about the car. I get it. I get it. I get it. Oh, it's anything but boring, Krista. It's anything but boring. I'm so old school with reality TV. Like to me, the first reality TV show was oh my God, what did they call it on MTV? Why am I drawing a blank? When they would get the kids to live in the apartment on MTV. The Real World. Like I am episode 1, season 1 of The Real World. True reality show reality show watcher. That's funny. It was more real back then. All right, I'm going to keep reading this because I think this is interesting. So now we're at November 18th after the crime. Okay, what did they do on the 18th? We're back to the east bedroom. This is, third floor, Maddie's. The bed was moved by detectives prior to our arrival. The bed was moved by JA to facilitate placing adhesive scales. Wall hangings on the north wall removed in order to place adhesive scales without obscuring blood patterns, thumbtacks and push pins left in place. What's an adhesive scale? Like a label thing to show length and stuff like that? The second floor bathroom was searched. Apparent transfer stains located on the floor from items removed from the second floor west bedroom. These stains were not tested. No other observations of note. So they took bloody items out of Xana's bedroom, moved them into the bathroom. Those items left transfer marks in the bathroom. That's what they're saying. Did you guys know that? In the kitchen, the west bedroom, WB and KH visually examined the counter around the sink and the sink itself. Items. Drain, counter, and sink removed. Wait, items from, I'm sorry, it's not drain, it's from. Items from counter and sink removed and placed on the kitchen table. No observations of note. Really? What about all the stains in the kitchen? There's nothing there. All right, the west bedroom bloodstains were mapped and labeled AA to AG. T. Martinez photographed the stains on the west wall and south wall. The bed was moved to photograph stains behind it. This is all in Xana's room. Okay, the east bedroom, floor 3. That's Maddie's room. Bloodstains were mapped and labeled BA to BM. Exterior kitchen window, inside of sliding glass door. They cleared the house. All right, that was that day. All right, this is November 19th. They transferred digital image and they delivered Liz Q thumb drives. Talbot authorized creation of latent assignment to begin analyzing digital images captured on scene. Okay, so if you guys want to know, page 675 is the description of all the blood stains that they took from Xana's room. That's sick page 675. And then those all start with A. Okay. And then on page 679, it's all the blood stains from Maddie's room. Jesus, that scared me. My phone just scared me, guys. Oh my God, I turned my ringer off. All right, now what do we got? Okay, here's, you guys know all the windows were unlocked except for, this is talking about the locked windows. I've heard somebody talk about this recently. Second floor windows, living room, Xana's room, kitchen, 2 windows in the kitchen, all unlocked. East bedroom, locked. Dylan's bedroom window, locked. Third floor windows, hallway. Kaylee. Wait, no. Okay. Kaylee's room, bathroom, and Maddie's room were all unlocked. Maddie's room was unlocked. The bathroom was unlocked. Kaylee's sliding glass door was unlocked. Interesting. Easy way to get in there. All right, the hallway was locked upstairs on the 3rd floor, and Kaylee's window had an air conditioner in it. First floor windows. Xana's room unlocked, Dylan's room locked. All right, what are these? Presumptive chemical tests for blood. That is page 683. All right, what other page numbers did I want to read you guys? On the balcony outside of Maddie's, outside of Kaylee's room for Murphy, there were those 2 like dog bed. One looks like more like a bean bag, and there were paw prints in the snow, and yeah, maybe like a chew toy or something. I can't remember that. Definitely the beds. Okay. Report 17. 705 to 709. That's what I was reading, and there wasn't anything there. Talking to myself. I wrote down that report 13 is supposed to be about the sheath. So we were at report 13. Okay, I need to look for 1.5. Let's see what 1.5 says. Here we go. The partial DNA profile obtained from item 1.5 indicates a mixture of DNA from 2 individuals. Due to the low-level results and limited data, no comparisons can be made. Okay, here's example 2 of a DNA sample that's not the victims and not Brian Koberger, and they're like, oh, we don't have enough good data. We don't have enough good data. We can't do it. Okay, 1.5 sheath. So they know it's 2 individuals not identified. All right, that's 2. The half wall and the blade, the inside of the sheath where the blade sits. Let me look at one more thing on this report, and then I'm going to come talk to you guys. We did 30 and 31.1 south entry. Okay, 37.1 and 37.2 is this other apartment. Unless it's Jack Showalter's. I got to find where I found that at. That's driving me crazy. All right, let me finish what I was doing. Now I forget what numbers I said. 37. Where does it talk about 37? Lucy, did you ever answer me about coming on panels? Oh, I did talk about 37. Unknown male C and Ethan. Unknown male C and Ethan. So someone's apartment had Ethan's blood. You guys, listen to this. In an apartment, there's blood, and it's Ethan's blood and unknown male C. So blood from the sheath in the house and Ethan are in an apartment. Am I reading this right? I got a FOIA denial. Apparently, the video in MPD supplemental 25 doesn't exist. Yeah, right. Okay, Lucy, listen to this. If that's Jack S, those samples were in Jack's apartment and had Ethan's blood mixed with male C from the sheath in Jack Showalter's apartment. Does Jack Showalter live at 1127? Oh, maybe it's Queen. Queen, because does he live in the Queen Road apartments? Maybe it's Queen. Apartment 1. Apartment 1. I'm going to show you guys this again. I'm thinking I haven't heard this. I haven't heard this before, you guys. Look. I am like blown away by this. 37.1 submitted swab from south entry hallway wall at blank apartment 1. Submitted swab from west kitchen wall at blank apartment 1. And I saw somewhere where it was 1127 blank street. So what are those? What's 37? 37.1. In someone else's house, there is Ethan's blood and blood that was on the sheath, matching what's on the sheath. What? Oh my God, you guys, they didn't redact his name here. Look, 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 look. They didn't redact his name. The DNA profiles obtained from items 38 and 39 match that previously obtained from the known reference sample of blank. This DNA profile is at least blank times more likely to be seen if John Showalter is the source than if an unrelated individual randomly selected from the general population is the source. Okay, 38 and 39 is Jack Showalter. 38. How did they miss that? Oh, it's just his swabs. They swabbed him. So of course it's him. They swabbed him. What is going on here? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. I just highlighted it right there. The partial DNA profile obtained from item 40.1 was determined to be from an unknown male D, Ethan Chapin. Okay, Ethan and all these other people are not the source of the DNA from this item. Okay, so male D. Okay, this is what Carlos is looking for. Page 708. You guys are helping me collect evidence so I can debate Carlos. Page 708 is male D. Oh, this is the glove. I know it's item 40.1 is the glove, right? The penguin glove. Item 40.1. Okay. I'm just blown away by this. John Showalter being in here. Okay, the partial DNA did that. And this is what Audrey was talking about. So 40.2, 29.1, 40.3, 29.2. All of these, we can't test them. Sorry, my hand went crooked. We can't test them because of degradation. Only a partial DNA profile. Right? Limited data. We can't make any conclusions for these things. Okay, so what's 40 and 29? What's 40 and 29? I think it's another part of the glove, just like another part of the glove. 40 inside of the glove. What did I say? 29? Oh, the marks outside the kitchen window. So they got DNA off those marks outside of the kitchen window. Probably skin cells, right? Probably skin cells, hand marks, finger marks, face marks. So they got some skin cells off the window that they were just too degraded. But the strap on the knife sheath isn't degraded. They removed all the links to what? Swab doesn't mean they got DNA. It just means they swabbed. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant. Like they tried to they collected something, right? They collected something, and then they're telling us we can't get results because it's degraded. Hi, Lisser81. Welcome. Hey, Senor. I'm glad you're here. Your DoorDash driver left your order at another house. I can't stand FedEx delivery drivers because my mailbox is like technically in my well, it's in my yard, but it looks like it's in my neighbor's yard. It's like real close. So they keep bringing me her packages, and she owns a business, so she gets a lot of deliveries, and I'm like finding myself having to lug them over there every day. I gotta get on that. It's annoying. A swab doesn't mean that. Yeah. Lucy, what links did they remove to all the 5 info drops they had up? Are you serious? When did they do that? Oh, thank God I have them downloaded. Are you serious? Oh, that's crazy. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at right now. Oh, you archived the sites. I don't know how to do that. They bring you food and keep the drinks. Hey, if they don't get our order right, I'm sending them back to go get. I've sent drivers back like, you forgot my 2-liter. Go get it. Yes, Senor Wazowski has a channel. He is diving into things and doing awesome stuff over there. I know I'm learning from you, and I like your investigative thought process. So please go follow Senor Wazowski. Drop his link, please, if anybody in here is not already subscribed. Archiving is like with web data, right? Like, I don't know how to do that. So Lucy, do you have the hold on, I gotta clear my throat. I forget who I was listening to. Might have been Pav, might have been, I don't know. The missing time on the Linda Lane footage over at the dumpster, not the 1330, the 1320. That missing time. Do you have that archived? Get a Clue? Did you archive all of Get a Clue's videos? Oh my God, can you pull that out and see if that time's on there? Have you done that already? You have everything, Lucy. If I remember right, Get a Clue was dropping those videos in like hour increments, right? Do you have that hour? Isn't it like from like 3 to 4, and between 3 and 4 there's like a chunk of 20 minutes? Oh, wow. That's so archived to the way back. I don't know how to do that either. Wayback Machine. I got to look into that. All right, let me see if there's anything else on here. All right, are you guys not? Tell me why I should not be surprised about this. Ethan's DNA, and DNA that matches the sheath is in Jack Showalter's apartment. I'm getting crickets. Tell me why it's not why is that not shocking? Am I on all I am on all comments. Hemisphere. There you are. It says Ethan is not the source. Okay, I'm going to read it again. Okay, Hemi, I am on report number 13, I believe, of the forensic documents. No, report 13. And I am on page 705. And I'm talking about item 37.1 and 37.2 is in apartment 1. And we think it's Jack Showalter's apartment. Maybe I read this wrong. If I did, I don't want to be out here on these YouTube streets saying wrong stuff. Okay. Oh, you're right. Okay. So there's a period there. Okay. Punctuation is important. Punctuation is important. Right there. But it is male C. Determined to be from the same unknown male C. Ethan Chapin and all these other people are not the source of the DNA. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you. Okay. Male C. So item 30 is male B. What's 30? The handrail, bottom of the handrail. All right. I need to make sense of all of this, but this document right here has some good results. The major unknown male B DNA profile obtained from item 30, the unknown male C DNA profile obtained from item 37.1, and the partial unknown male DNA profile obtained from item 40.1 are not eligible for entry into the combined DNA index system. I don't think that's a true statement. Do you guys think that's a true statement? That they're not eligible? I think if those would have been entered into CODIS, there would have been a hit. What do you guys think? I think if they would have been entered, they would have been a hit. I have not found any answer other than nope. To what? Was it my question or someone else's question? What blood was found? I was misspoken, Hemisphere. I misspoke. I thought the report I was reading said it was Ethan's. It is not. It is not Ethan's. It is not Ethan's blood on item. What did I say? Thirty-one point one. 31.1 is not. But it is the same as unknown male C hemisphere. So that's still, I think, important. So is Jack S unknown male C, or was unknown male C in Jack S's apartment? That's how we would get a match. Why does this matter, Lucy? Because it didn't come from 1122. It's if who cares where it came from? Like, you're trying to solve a crime. If it's evidence in a crime, I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I'm arguing with the law enforcement and prosecution's ridiculous thinking about that. Does that brand of camera do an update that takes that long at the Well, Lucy, here's a question about the updating, the camera updating. Did it do that at other times? Or does it always, is that guy saying that it only updates for that 20-minute period of time? Hi, Master Nature. Yes, thank you for sharing that channel. They are checking that 37 against the crime scene. Yeah, and it matched what was on the sheath. And they're saying it's not eligible to go into CODIS. I don't. but it's a non-crime scene, but it's a area of suspicion, or the person, it's a subject, a person of interest. I collected evidence from a person of interest. I don't think that's, I need to look that up. I don't think that's any reason not to put it into CODIS. I mean, think about it. If there's a homicide at my neighbor's house and the police come over to my house and they find a blood sample in my house that matches blood that's on the weapon, or something, or just an item in my neighbor's house, well, they know who I am, but it would have to be someone. I don't know. I need to think through this to make sense of it. Oh, but it's not mine. So the blood in my house isn't mine, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. I don't know whose blood that is. They can't put that into CODIS to find out. It's not the victims, but there was blood in Jack's house. If it's his house, it might be someone else's house. If it's his house, talking about Jack Showalter, it was blood that was on the back of the sheath. Okay, you guys, this is report 11, page 705. So everybody, it can, if you have it, you can, I will actually link it for you guys. Maybe I'll link it for my members. If you're not a member, if you consider it, love to have you. Trying to do some special things with members. We got to have just a chat about this. It's not the same as the sheath. It's his blood. Okay, maybe I'm not making sense of it. See, Lucy, you need to come up and talk. I don't think so. Let me see. And I need to make this smaller. It's too big and I can't. Okay. I made it a little too big. Okay. Starting up here. 37.1 and 37.2. All right. Comes from an apartment. 37.1 and 37.2 comes from an apartment. Right here. Where's my eraser? Erase all this stuff. What's your erase? Oh, my computer's running slow. The DNA profiles obtained from items 37.1 and 37.2 were determined to be from the same unknown male C. So, Lucy, I guess my first question is unknown male C from the knife sheath? Oh, I don't know about that. I have report 1 right here. Report 1 tells us nothing. right, we need to go back. Meg, there she is. I hope you've just been busy. Are you okay, Meg? All right, I'm backing up. Hi, Paco Jewel. Nope, I keep going to the wrong thing. All right, this is 708. Let me go to looking at my notes. I'm looking at my notes. I'm going to do one final thing, I guess. Let's see. We'll go to around, let me see. Let's go to page. Let's see what's here. Hold on. I'm looking at, I got my notes. Oh, here's my page numbers. Yeah. We'll try 261. Right? Yep. All right. This is report 4. Here we go. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. The DNA, can you guys see what I'm showing? Yes, you can. All right. The DNA profile obtained from item 1.1 was determined to be from an unknown male. Okay. All these redacted people and Ethan are not the source. The DNA profile was entered into CODIS. Okay, so we know that one was. The DNA profile obtained from item 1.4 is a mixture of DNA which matches that obtained from the known reference sample of Kaylee, assuming a 2-person mixture. So this is what Carlos and I talked about on our show. 1.4 is just Maddie and Kaylee on the knife. It's a 2-person mixture, and they're saying Kaylee is the major contributor and Madison is the minor contributor, and they think there's only 2. Ethan, Xana, and other people were excluded. The partial DNA profile obtained from 1.2 indicates a mixture of 3 individuals. At least one is male, but we can't do any comparisons because of limited data. 1.3 is a mixture of DNA from at least 2 individuals. One is male. So I'm going back up here. Okay, the strap, we know that got matched to Brian. 1.2 is the edges of the handle. 1.3, the blade. 1.4 are the stains on the back of the knife sheath. So the stains are Maddie and Kaylee. 1.4 is just Maddie and Kaylee. Someone in the chat thinks Hunter never went upstairs. I've seen it written a bunch of times. Oh no, Meg. I hope things are better. Okay. CODIS is statute protected. It's irrelevant because it's not a victim's profile. Are you saying all the talking points that the prosecutor said or the judge said? All right. 1.3 is referenced as swabs taken from a knife blade and a knife handle in one report, but 1.3 comes back to the sheath. Senior, if you read that part where it describes, it's never talking about the actual knife. It's always talking about the sheath, but it's talking about like the inside of the sheath where the blade would rest, or the outside of the sheath where the blade would be. Am I calling you Hitler? No, I'm calling you sarcastic. Sarcastic. How did Kaylee's blood get under the steak knife Hunter put on the table? Oh, I haven't dove into that one yet. I will. But I'm trying to make sense of this sheath. Okay, here's another thing that I think gets misinterpreted. 1.1 and 1.4 were consumed during testing. However, you guys, the word however is just like a big but. But, oops, that's not what I want. What are we doing? Draw? No, I want to highlight. However, DNA extract remains for these items. So if there's DNA extract, they should be able to do more testing, right? Items 1.2 and 1.3 and their DNA extra. So here, 1.2 and 1.3 is totally gone. Everything was consumed during testing. Item 20 has been returned to the main laboratory evidence vault pending additional DNA analysis. What's item 20? Oh, all the DNA extracts. All of these DNA extracts. I don't know, you guys. There is a lot here to weed through. And I do better with the paper in front of me, for sure. Looking at your comments again. Uh-oh. Who gave who CPR? Are you guys talking about the victims in this case with CPR or someone else? All right. Well, I called this show part 2 for a reason, because I knew this is going to take, for me anyways, multiple steps and sessions. Hemi, if you're still listening, I agree with the question you had about the blood on the pong table. My live on Tuesday, I went through all the pieces of evidence that they collected, and I want to see how many of them were tested and analyzed. My first step is to make sense of this sheath testing and everything like that. I'm going to come out with my own little summary about it after I pour through it. Thanks for hanging out with me while I made a second attempt at doing this. And I'm going to continue on. There's tons of content here, right? Tons of information. The sheath has male at 1.5. Yeah, I was on that page. Oh, but they're not listening it in the cues, right? Is this what you're saying, Lucy? Is this what you're saying up here? Right? This is report 4. Okay. Report 1, like we should look at report 1 too, because it's just about the sheath. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. And then what Lucy's talking about is back on report 11, I think was what I was on. Report 11. Here, let's go back. Let's go back. All of a sudden starts talking about 1.5, right? Where'd that come from? Well, it's just a different area. Let me clarify what that is. 7 page. I want 705. There we go. Swabs of inside surface on the blade portion of the knife sheath. So this is what I was talking about. Inside. The inside surface of the sheath, and it's on the blade portion. I don't know. Let's look at the photos. The photos are right down here, I think. Oh, geez. No, I think they were up higher. Let's see. I didn't write down what page number the knife sheath photos were. But you know what I mean. So is that what you were talking about, Lucy? The Q numbers, well, because the Q stands for a question, right? Meaning, whose is this? Can we identify it? We're researching this. We're analyzing this, right? Did I looked that up? Am I correct about that? First seen on page 5. You guys are talking about what Hunter actually did. If 1.4 has no male, they would not check it against a male. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Lucy. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, you're saying they misnumber. Okay, I see what you're saying, Senor. Thank you. Oh wait, I also saw page numbers. 603, 604, 605. Thank you. Where'd it go? 603. Okay. Okay, let me go back to, what did I say? What was I on? 4? Report 4. Oh my God, you guys. I have a hot paper mess over here. Here we go. 261. All right, let me go to 261. K Bass, I don't know how long ago you posted this membership. Welcome, welcome. That's awesome. I'm so happy to have you here. K Bass. I am looking for. Everybody say hi to Kay. $261. I got squirreled there, you guys. Okay. 1.3. This is what you guys are talking about. Swab of edges on blade portion of the sheath. Now, to me, that's the outside. Outside? Because the other one specifically says inside. Okay, Lucy said page 603. Is this the photos? I hope. Are you telling me the photos? Whoops. 603. $1.5 swabs of inside surface of blade portion. See, 1.5 says inside and 1.3 doesn't say inside. So I'm assuming it's on the outside. We could look at the pictures of the sheath. I'm going to scroll again. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to end with this, you guys. So let's see how there it is. All right. I knew it was around this area, I think. Oh no, these are I got to go up. I'm getting more familiar with this document though. Okay. So we're not being able to see this. Can you guys see what I'm showing you? Yes. Okay. All right, we want. Wait, is this the one where they? Yeah. Okay, so. So this is 1.3. So 1.3 is pink. Okay. And it is. I'll do pink too. All of this on the outside, right? So 1.3 is on the outside. Look at my squiggly line. All right. And then this, when they talk about the handle part for 1.2, it's up there, right? We know that. Okay, now where's 1.5? Is there a picture of it? 1.4 is the inside, right? So the blood stains in here. Okay. And then Are they going to show us? Trace materials right here. You know what I kept saying about this trace material, you guys? Because that looks like a little thread right there. Like that looks like a little thread. If you literally did have this on a belt buckle, even if it wasn't the night of the murders, even if it was some other time, that strap is going to be rubbing against your clothing. The belt buckle is material, or not belt buckle, the belt loop is material. And so it could be, I think it's from that, you know, it doesn't have to be. I'm just saying it could be. I'm looking for 1.5. Lucy's probably screaming at me. She knows where it's at. Lucy, have you seen a diagram of 1.5? I watched some of that too. Yeah. The bubbly video that you're talking about. Page 710 is not related to the case. Page 710. I think we read most of those. Page 4. I don't think I did 101 or 181. How could something be in this report and not be related to the case? Oh, you guys want to know what's something else I found? I think they skipped a report number. So did they just skip a number or did they leave out a report? Because it goes from report 41 to report 43. Did anybody else notice that? Lucy, do I have access to your PDF? Yeah, exactly, Lucy. No evidence of fibers. There are, wait a minute, what? There are multiple cases being ran in this report. I think it's going to be real interesting when that cell data comes out or that, you know, digital data comes out. And because I agree, I feel like, and I don't feel, we have seen data that they have either written about in reports or released where they said they had the phone information from AT&T from the victims. And I believe it's the same information that we would want to see about Brian, that they're saying we didn't have that. It's something like that. It's something like that. So when that comes out in these reports, and it can be shown that eventually down the road that Brian's not there. I said this earlier on my show. Then what does that mean for the DNA in the house? Does that mean then that he walked there? Does that mean he had no role? Does it mean he had some other role? I think it's going to make the DNA look a lot worse if he's somewhere far away, but you're saying he's in this house with a knife and a sheath. No, he wasn't. So that's why we're going through these documents. Moscow's 9903. Oh, sometimes you talk over my head, Lucy. Ha ha ha. TA records. They had Molly's found in a week, right? Yeah. They got Molly's information. Yeah. Oh, okay, Lucy. All right. You don't think it's gonna come out, Meg? I don't know. I think it has to. I think if they don't release that stuff, they are gonna look so I mean, way worse than they look now. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? I mean, I already think it's like you guys know how Carlos feels about this case, but I've been talking to him about the redactions and um every time I read reports, I'll tell him, "Hey, listen to this sentence and listen to the word that was redacted. It's not a name, it's not a phone number, it's not a sensitive witness person, not a name like I said. It's a, you know, it's a noun or an adjective or something like that. Like why are they taking this word out or this sentence?" And he doesn't like that. He doesn't think that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't look good. It does not look good. Oh, I'm sure it's not gonna willingly be unsealed. I don't think I don't know about Ray's. I don't I don't know. Ray's information, some of it would be attached in the defense documents, right? Like because the defense was using him. So his stuff's going to be in the defense reports. So I think the prosecution could fight that, but I don't think they should win. Now the data, kind of like this, like these ISP forensic reports, they should have that for all this digital cell stuff, right? You release the DNA. Why wouldn't you release your other information? I know you can't show phone numbers. You can redact all the sensitive information. I don't know. I don't know. That's going to be a fight. We'll see. Yeah, that Lisser, that whole CODIS thing, one and done. Like I made a note here. I want to look at that CODIS. Yeah, I read the Spillman part yesterday. What's Spillman, right? All right. All right, everybody. I am going to stop here with part 2. If you guys joined late, there was a page written by Talbot with his briefing notes that I read. I found very interesting. I looked at reports in the forensic documents with the sheath DNA evidence. I also read information with DNA and the half wall and Maddie's nails. Yeah, we did a lot of that. And we've got this 1.5 from the sheath that I'm going to go try to find an illustration of. Is 1.5 illustrated? And something is happening tomorrow. What is happening tomorrow? And I said, oh, I'm going to go on and show that. Is there a hearing or, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? If they don't release something, Lucy, they're going to look like such idiots. Like, I don't know. There's no way you can have a case like this and just hold back that evidence. You can't not release it. I just think that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. Something was happening tomorrow, and I'm drawing a blank, but I might be coming on for that. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah. So I have to go refresh my memory what that was. I thought it was like a hearing or something. I don't know. I'm also interested in that. Oh, let's look at that. I have a couple updates about the Brianna Aguilera case, some videos that I wanted to show. So I'm going to do that real quick before I get out of here. I started off the show talking about her a little bit. This guy, let me see. I don't think you can see what I'm showing. Nope. So at the beginning of my show, I showed just an overview of her case. She's the girl from Texas. Do you guys know there's also like a football coach missing from Hemisphere? Did you guys know there's a football coach missing from like Virginia or something? Carlos might be interested in that one to cover with me. Okay, so this is Brianna Aguilera, and this is a guy who heard stuff.
I hear a girl saying, "Get the f- off me! Get the f- off of me! Get the," and then it was like a muffled like scream at the top of her lungs. It was like almost as if, like, you know that sound when like somebody put a pillow or something over your mouth.
So just imagine walking down a quiet street late at night and suddenly hearing a girl screaming, "Get the f- off me," from 17 stories up. Then that scream turns muffled, like someone just clamped a hand or a pillow over her mouth, while the party music kept blasting like nothing happened. That's exactly what one witness heard right before 19-year-old Brianna Aguilera hit the sidewalk below. And in the last few days, this case has gone from suspicious to straight up infuriating. Police are treating this as if she took her own life, but her mother, Stephanie, is demanding.
Okay. That guy that heard that was on the street level, hearing her screams above, right? I mean, it really didn't say where he was, but then did he see her hit the ground? Did he come across? Did he go up? Did he alert anybody to try to go find out what was going on? I told you that the mom has an attorney now, a very good attorney. So I'm sure this guy's going to be getting contacted. Crazy.
Justice as she's revealing new evidence that counteracts the police's conclusions. So I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. Let's walk through every single thing in order because the new pieces that have come out are too big to gloss over. So this past Friday, November 28th, 2025, 19-year-old Brianna Aguilera, a 4.0 sophomore at Texas A&M's Bush School of Government and Public Service with no history of depression, terrified of heights, and bound for law school, drives from College Station to Austin with a group of friends for the massive Texas A&M rivalry tailgate and after parties. She's texting her mom, Stephanie Rodriguez, the entire night. Pictures from the tailgate, talking about how excited she is for the LSAT, how she's only a few hours away from earning her Aggie ring, and how she cannot wait to be a lawyer. She was full of pure joy, nothing out of the ordinary. Then right around 6 p.m., her phone flips to do not disturb out of nowhere, and her location pings near Rainy Street by the creek. That location scares Stephanie, Brianna's mom, to death because of the string of unsolved murders in Austin where bodies have been dumped in creeks over the last couple of years. And some people actually think that there's a serial killer active in the area. So Stephanie immediately calls Austin PD that same evening. Well, they tell her she has to wait a full 24 hours before they'll even take a missing person report. So even before her daughter allegedly jumped over the side of this railing, the mom knew something was off. And that's the reason why I'm trusting this mother, because she knows her daughter extremely well and obviously has amazing intuition. And she is the one that is demanding answers from the police department, who are just trying to wrap this case up with a simple conclusion that makes no sense. Because let's fast forward to 12:47 a.m. Saturday, November 29th, 2025. A random guy walking down Rio Grande Street finds Brianna lying motionless on the sidewalk outside the 21 Rio apartments and dials 911. Paramedics arrive and pronounce her dead at 12:57 a.m. And the cops just say that she fell from the 17th floor. Turns out that 15 people were inside that apartment at the time she allegedly fell over the balcony. And it turns out that not one of them dialed 911 when their friend allegedly jumped over. Austin PD later admits that their geometric height calculation software was conveniently broken that night. So they just took everyone's word for which floor Brianna fell from. And I mean, that just sets the tone for this investigation, that it seems sort of like a little sketchy. So officers watched the kids coming and going from the lobby for hours, but never once went up or inside the actual unit. And first official witness interviews didn't start until 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon. So that's more than 12 hours later, giving the partygoers enough time to get their stories all straight. But the piece that's blowing this case wide open right now is the TikTok from Jay Dizzy, who I'll link in the description below, who he says was allegedly underneath the building the same night that Brianna went over the railing. And what he heard is bone chilling.
Walking away from the bar, I start walking around the corner or whatever. I start leaving the bar. I walk around the corner. I get on Rio Grande. I hear a girl saying, "Get the f off me! Get the f off of me! Get the..." And then it was like a muffled like scream at the top of her lungs. It was like almost as if, like, you know that sound when like somebody put a pillow or something over your mouth, and then like, or like if you was to scream right now at the top of your lungs and you put a pillow over your mouth and scream, how that would sound. That's what I heard. I heard that clear as day. I heard that when I was leaving the bar. I'm being completely honest with you. Those screams that I heard, it did something to my soul. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel like nobody having a good time. It didn't feel like nobody that was just like drunk or just getting in a fight screaming. The scream sounded like someone was forcing their way onto this girl, and maybe she was outnumbered or out strength, or somebody was stronger, and like basically like found a way to like silence her scream.
And for me, I found this quite compelling because this witness account lines up perfectly with the text messages Brianna's mom, Stephanie Rodriguez, has in her possession that prove Brianna got into a physical fight with another girl inside that exact apartment right before Bree went over the balcony. Stephanie actually sent those screenshots directly to the lead detective.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the mom had text messages showing the girl got in a fight. Yeah, it sounds like it. Oh my gosh. So this guy answered my question because I was like, where's this witness at? Was he outside? And he said, yes, I left a bar. I came around the corner. I want to hear more from him because what all exactly did he see? Could be and then it sounds like, okay, if this guy's outside, if there's a bar nearby, is it a busy area? How did she land on the street and like nobody saw it? Weird. And hi, Leslie, and hi, SRB. Good to see you guys today. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm ending this, but I want to finish listening to this last part.
But he has never followed up. And let's just pause for a moment here because there's actually pictures from inside the apartment. And let's talk about how small that apartment is. And by midnight, there were 15 people crammed in that small apartment. And now you're telling me that nobody noticed one girl is suddenly missing from a room that small? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was on the balcony with Bree at the time that she went over. Then look at this photo of the balcony railing another parent took and Stephanie reposted. Brianna was 5'2" and wearing cowboy boots that night. Stephanie wrote that my daughter is 5'2" and look at the rail. How is it possible to get on this rail with boots, specifically cowboy style boots? This situation does not make sense. And just to add to the sketchiness of this case, days after the girl whose name was on the lease of the apartment where this party occurred and Brianna allegedly jumped off the balcony, broke her lease, packed up, and disappeared. And just in my experience, fleeing the scene of a potential crime never looks good. And that speaks volumes about possibly this leaseholder, the person who threw the party, knows more than what she's saying and kind of wants to flee the situation. Austin PD is still sticking to the story that there is no evidence of foul play. The autopsy is complete, but the results are sealed until at least mid-January 2026. So let me ask you guys straight up. When you've got muffled screams of "get the fuck off me," a documented fight, 15 friends who never call 911, and a 5'2" girl in cowboy boots somehow accidentally going over a chest-high railing, are you honestly buying that she took her own life, or it was a tragic accident, or did something more nefarious occur here? Because I think it's important to consider that something more is at play. And for me, I trust the mother, as I said, but I also just read this story and I'm like, something just doesn't add up. Because I've been doing this a long time, and I'm telling you right now, every single red flag is flying at full mast. This is a homicide that's being protected because of who was in that apartment and because nobody wants a murder investigation to blow up during rivalry weekend. Stephanie Rodriguez has lost her only daughter right before Christmas, and this mother is fighting like hell for the truth. The least we can do is keep the pressure on until she gets it. If this case has you questioning the police's narrative, as it has me, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you think really happened on that balcony. I try to read every single one. I'll see you in the next update.
Developing story that we've been following since Saturday.
All right, you guys. I'm going to end this right now. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everybody for coming in and sharing all of your great ideas, awesome questions you have, information, of course, that you share. I'll be coming back probably Monday to continue this deep dive that I'm doing into these documents, the forensic documents. Yeah. Oh, this case that we just finished watching is, my next new case that I want to follow. And I've been waiting for a case. I thought it was going to be the David case. And the David case I've covered from day one. There just hasn't been a whole lot about that one. But I'm happy to be catching cases when, they're first breaking so I can follow them from the beginning. I didn't have a channel when the Idaho 4 case, I've been following it from the beginning. I just didn't have a channel from the beginning of Idaho 4. So Brianna Aguilera definitely looks like she did not do this to herself. So we're going to follow this case, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Lisser, I see you got a membership. That's awesome. So I did just hand out 5 memberships, and I can't figure out how to see who got them. I know when I'm in a live, it will show me. Oh, it's not on there anymore. So welcome new members if you grabbed one of those. All right. I wish we could pick. I wish it let us pick, but it does not. So Thanks to the mods who are in here today. Meg, glad to see you back. Lucy, you're amazing. Brooke, awesome. Awesome job. Love the support you guys give me. You guys are fantastic. I was happy to see some of my members in here. Ro, so good to see you. James, I hope everything was going okay in the chat. I did see some, like, you know, I don't know what comments were going on, but I figured the mods will handle it, right? The mods are handling it. All right. If I didn't see your name, I didn't mean to not say hello to you. So welcome if I missed you, and everybody have a great day. If Day goes on, I know that he usually goes on at this time. So if Day goes on, Dago goes on live, I will see you guys over there, and I'll catch you back here next time. Bye, you guys.
Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Subscribe, it's free and keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew now, right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. That could be unique, yeah, that's you and me. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear. We don't always agree, but that's the show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but that's the show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. It's free, it keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew, now right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife and wild to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. Yeah, that's you and me, that's you and me. Don't forget to like, hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear.